So, Mutant Year Zero released this week on the Nintendo Switch, and the review version sent out to content creators was not the most up-to-date build, but an older, worse-looking build that was mistakenly uploaded. So given that, I gave the game a 6 out of 10 because of the poor quality of graphics, specifically in the Nintendo Switch port. I thought that I would have another look and play it with the day one patch that the developer said on Twitter, and I quote, is available offering improvements to graphic fidelity, detail, and performance. So buckle up, Switchers, because we're taking another post-apocalyptic joyride into Mutant Year Zero on the Nintendo Switch. I'm the Flannel Fox, Tim Swernick, and this is part 2 of my review of Mutant Year Zero on the Nintendo Switch. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter at the Flannel Fox. So I've covered most of the game in my initial pre-day one patch review, so please check that out first if you haven't already. I'll link to it below in the description. In this video, part 2 of my review, I'm only going to be discussing the day one patch corrections. So looking at this comparison video, you can see on the left is pre-day one patch and the right is with the new patch, and yes, there are some differences here. As far as the 3D models of the characters and environment, they look the same. The big improvements are in the lighting. Yes, a lot of the models, as I said, are still incredibly low res and still do have a very blurry look to them, but the dramatic lighting, the very dark darks and light lights add a ton of detail to the scenes where they used to just blend all together, sharpening up the visuals from where they were. Also, the day one patch has corrected the color, so instead of that desaturated look, what we can see with our stalker light is much more vivid. Now, this doesn't mean that it looks anything like the PS4, Xbox One, or PC, and if looking side by side, there's still a huge downgrade, but that's pretty run-of-the-mill for Nintendo Switch games. When playing docked, the game doesn't look great by any standards, but is certainly a good time, but the biggest issue lies with the game when playing in handheld mode, where it looks better than before and things are easier to tell what's what, but it still looks bad, though it's playable and much less fatiguing than the game pre-day one patch. While playing, I still am encountering bugs, like not being able to regroup my party as the button and option just disappear and don't work anymore, but if I close the game down and relaunch, it comes back. I'm also still having significant frame rate chugs during animations, which I mentioned in part 1 of my review, and it doesn't affect the combat greatly because it's a turn-based game. Also, characters just popping all around, through the floor, on different levels of the game, sort of all over the place. Mutant Year Zero, even post day one patch, is still a bad looking port any way that you do look at it. While it does look a little bit better, it still takes away from the experience significantly. However, I will be altering my score from a 6 out of 10 to a 6.5 out of 10. Which on the IGN scale that I like to use is an okay. If you enjoy this video game review, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Flannel Fox, hit that like button, and follow me on Twitter at The Flannel Fox. Be sure to follow and subscribe because the more followers and subscribers I get, the more codes I get, which means I make more videos. Thanks to Funcom for providing me with this review copy. Thanks for watching my videos, and as always, see you next time, Switchers.